What's up guys, this is Soundwave Jordan here and we are back once again with another Transformers video to talk about, and today's video is going to be one of our discussion videos. Pretty much as you guys can clearly see from the title of this video, we are going to be talking about the type of Transformers multiplayer game that we would like to see and what we want to happen. As you guys already know, if you guys haven't known yet as well, Hasbro recently announced at the Toy Fair, I believe last week or 2 weeks ago, I'm not too sure, but they announced that a new Transformers Online multiplayer game is being developed by the multiplayer developer Certain Affinity. Certain Affinity is responsible for working with Halo and Call of Duty, specifically the multiplayer, and pretty much fleshing out the multiplayer mechanics of those games and whatnot. And right now they have the opportunity to work on the full game of a Transformers Online game. And pretty much, you know, this made me pretty darn excited because the last time we had an online Transformers game was way back in 2012, and that was Fall of Cybertron. There was no more Transformers Online games after that. I mean, there was Rise of the Darkspark, however, that was only co-op, and I prefer a competitive multiplayer Transformers game. And right now, that is actually going to be happening with Certain Affinity, and I'm looking forward to that. However, there are multiple types of Transformers Online games that have released in the past. And what I want to talk about with you guys is what would you guys want to see. We're going to start off with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. As you guys already know, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen was pretty much the first game and paved the way for all future Transformers Online game. For Revenge of the Fallen, although it wasn't the best in terms of gameplay, it was an absolute blast. The multiplayer for that game was pretty much free roam-esque, and you were just able to select your character, your favorite Transformer. You know, that's what made it interesting and all of that, because, you know, I was able to pick Soundwave. You had someone else picking up Optimus Prime. Then you have Megatron. It was just a variety of characters, and it was just so awesome playing as the movie iterations of each of those characters. And each character had, you know, their own oats, their abilities. I can't remember exactly all of them, but it was decent. It was fun. It was just good for Transformers fans because it was a fresh Transformers Online multiplayer game, and it was the first one too. And I think they did a solid job with it. Me and my friends had an absolute blast. It's where I met everyone, and it was just fantastic. And it was a third-person shooter. The gameplay itself could have used some tuning, however, that does not discredit the fun that I had on the game. War for Cybertron was the first real Transformers multiplayer game. It was fast-paced. It was more of a Team Fortress style type game, and you know, it was a fresh competitive Transformers game. High Moon Studios developed this game, and pretty much they did a phenomenal job for the online concept of the game. It was fantastic. It was so much fun. You had classes, you had loadouts, you had abilities. It was just a lot of fun. You had character customization, and I feel like they really fleshed out what the multiplayer aspect of Transformers should be. Of course, it wasn't perfect, but this was a good blueprint, whatever you guys want to call it, and it was just a fantastic experience for me. This is where I officially began my competitive scene for Transformers, and like I said, and I said it plenty of times in my other videos, one of the most memorable experiences I had in my life. It was just so much fun. It was fantastic. Fall of Cybertron was a sequel to War for Cybertron, as you guys already know. The multiplayer for this game, it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was slower than War for Cybertron, that's for sure. It was much slower. Not too slow, but it was just much slower. However, the Team Fortress aspect of the game, they really fleshed it out. When I say fleshed it out, they actually gave each of the classes some form of identity, making each class providing a useful role within their teams. And the multiplayer was a lot bigger. I believe it was 6v6. I can't remember exactly. And the character customization, phenomenal. They fully fleshed it out. In my opinion, though, I always played as Soundwave because, you know, I care about actually playing as the character, but the vast majority wants Transformers customization. And that right here was one of the prime examples of what a Transformers perfect multiplayer game can be. However, the balancing of the game was a bit off, and of course, you know, the game pretty much, well, it didn't last too long, unfortunately, and that pretty much divided the whole community between War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron, because some people like the fast pace of War for Cybertron, and some people like the team iteration of Fall of Cybertron. So it's your own type of thing. Transformers Online, if you guys do not know about this game right here, this is pretty much an Overwatch Transformers clone. Pretty much it's just like Overwatch, however it's Transformers instead. Although this was pretty cool to see in concept, it was only a PC game and there is no AAA developer working on the title. So if that's happening, you know, the game really isn't going to last that long. However, the game is still cool, don't get me wrong. You know, you have each character being themselves, as well as abilities, doing an objective, all of that. So here's what I want to talk about with you guys though. What type of Transformers game I want? Well, for me, although Fall of Cybertron was my favorite multiplayer, I kind of want a very competitive scene for Transformers games in general. Now, some people may not like that, but this is just my preference. And like I said, you know, I'm just going to talk about it with you guys. But I will actually like a very competitive scene for Transformers. The fact that I had to, but the fact that we had to make a whole competitive scene for the previous Transformers multiplayer games, it was fun, but at the same time, it was kind of exhausting. And some of the games didn't have no longevity whatsoever. And, you know, that was kind of disappointing. So what I would like to see is Certain Infinity, who developed the multiplayer for Call of Duty and Halo. I would like to see their take on what a Transformers Online game should be. Should it be a very competitive game similar to an Overwatch style type game, you know, objective focus, or perhaps should it be a free roam game? One thing's for sure though, they must have character customization. Every Transformers game should have that. Characters need to be customized because that is something that most Transformers fans want. They want to create their own Transformer. I'm gonna just play as Soundwave because, you know, I'm a fanboy, but every Transformers game needs character customization. If Certain Infinity were to miss that mark, that would be a huge disappointment for most people, unless they somehow compensate with the actual characters itself being fun to play as and stuff. So yeah, but that is what I would like to see though. A objective based focused competitive Transformers game. I don't know if I'm elaborating on it correctly, but something maybe similar to Overwatch, or if not Overwatch, something that drives me to play the game. You know, I don't want to just have mindless fun. I actually want to feel like I'm winning for the Decepticons. They're my favorite faction and I want to win this war for them. And you know, that's just me. I like all of my games to be very competitive. I'm a very competitive person, especially in gaming, and I just want that for Transformers. Maybe some people don't want that, maybe some people do, but I just feel like that will be an absolute blast. The game will be a third-person shooter, as Certain Infinity and Hasbro already announced, and it's going to be interesting to see because I don't know what to expect. This is going to be their first title alone, and it's going to be Transformers. So yeah, they do have multiplayer experience, but I'm not sure how that's going to be implemented with a Transformers game. I just want my Transformers game to be engaging, fun, and, you know, provide a competitive scene for it, because I like my games to be very competitive, and I also want some objectives. Like, don't make me do team deathmatch mindlessly. I know that that's a classic game mode and there should be an option. I still would like to have an objective based Transformers game where the objectives are the primary focus. You know, doing something for the Decepticons, doing something for the Autobots. That's what I want. But what about you guys? What type of Transformers Online game would you guys like to have? Do you guys want your games to be all free roam type, like Revenge of the Fallen? Or perhaps you guys want your game to be objective based focus, similar to what we're seeing right now, how we have to push for nodes, or, you know, just something along the lines of storytelling and just implementing it with a Transformers game. I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think about it. Just because, like I said, this is happening. A brand new Transformers game is coming, and I cannot wait. But I'm also cautiously optimistic because I do not know what to expect. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Nonetheless, that's pretty much all the news I have to share for today. Like I said, I just wanted to talk about this discussion with you guys, and, you know, talk about what are the things that you may potentially want to see in a Transformers video game. Be sure to leave all your thoughts in the comment section below, because I love to have a nice discussion with you guys and further elaborating on what should we have for a Transformers game. That being said, thank you guys for watching. Nonetheless, this is Soundwave Jordan here. Peace. Late. I'll leave my Twitter inside the description. Follow me at Soundwave Jordan on Twitter. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next Transformers video. I'm out to have a lovely, awesome, splendid day.